Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 5 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 5-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
on the Bobcat Sports Network from Learfield. Bobcat football is on the air.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Montana State. A big boy TD lowers his shoulder and falls in play into the end zone. Touchdown, Montana State.
This team isn't satisfied.
Go Cats, go! Bobcat football is brought to you by Montana State University, Mountains and Mines, and by First Interstate Bank, built for you. This is Bobcat Pregame.
A banged up, battered, and bruised Bobcats team is in Hillsboro as we prepare for Montana State University, coming in at 7-0, facing the Portland State University Vikings that enters today's contest at 1-5, following a tight top 10 loss here against UC Davis and a win last week against Idaho State. Hello, everybody. My name is Keaton Gillogly. A pleasure to be with you on this gorgeous Saturday afternoon in Hillsboro as we prepare for the Bobcats and the Vikings. We're going to talk to defensive tackles coach Nicolas Jean-Baptiste a little bit later today in the pregame show. Of course, we're going to break things down with head coach Brent Vigen, and we're talking with our Hall of Famer Dan Davies as well. But first, we say hello to our man Leo Davis. Leo, how we doing? How we feeling, man?
Keaton, I'm feeling great. It's a beautiful day out here in Portland or Hillsboro, Oregon, and the sun's shining. Usually when I remember talking to Jody Owens earlier today, and we were reminiscing about it was always raining when we played Portland State, even at home. So having the sun shining is nice. It's a good little atmosphere. I'm excited to watch the boys get off this bus, get warmed up, put their foot on the gas, and not let up.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting game. On the surface, it looks like the Bobcats are favored, which they are, with Portland State at 1-5, the Cats sitting at 7-0 and 3-0 in Big Sky play. But this game has gotten increasingly more interesting, and not in a good way this week. We have some serious injury updates for you. Of course, everybody knows about Danny Louis-Lakepa. He tore his ACL last week against Idaho. He is done for the year and done for his career. That ends his career. No opportunity for a red shirt. We know Blake Schmidt is done for the year, and his career is over due to an ACL injury at Idaho State. And we know Caden Dowler is out today and will be for the rest of the season. That's what's been out there throughout the week. The news today, though, as the Cats try to fill up that linebacker spot, Bryce Grebe, unavailable, did not make the trip. He will not play, so that moves Neil Daly into a starting linebacker spot today, and Adam Jones is out today. So Scott Trey Humphrey will start. Julius Davis is here and warming up. To be determined if we see him or not. Sounds like they maybe don't want to play him, maybe potentially to preserve a redshirt, which means he could redshirt if he plays in just 4 regular season games. After today, there are only 4 regular season games left. So do we see Julius Davis? We don't know. We know Scott Trey Humphrey will start. We know there will be no Adam Jones. So then it's Jared White and Colson Kuhn after that. But the injury to Bryce Grebe, on top of the injury to Daniel Louis-Lakepa, on top of the injuries to Caden Dowler and Blake Schmidt, Leo, this is a Bobcat defense that has been bitten hard by the injury bug the last couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah, and the injury bug rears its ugly face once again for the Bobcats, and that's kind of a story about, mid-season. These type of things do creep up. The good thing is we have depth. And you don't want to see that depth all the time being used, but at the same time, it's good to know that we have some quality characters that can step into the game, and not miss a beat. So it's tough. And my heart goes out to those seniors that are dealing with season and career ending injuries. I mean, I know what it feels like. I do. And so my heart goes out to you guys.
So Danny Louis-Lakepa did travel. He is here today. Blake Schmidt did not. He just had his ACL surgery this week. From all accounts I've heard so far, things have been okay in that regard for Blake. But, yeah, this is going to be a serious issue for Montana State today. Again, not having Adam Jones is going to be big. And then, on that defensive side, Leo, this is a Bobcat team going up against Portland State, which is led by a senior quarterback in Dante Chachere. He's coming off a 200-yard passing, 200-yard rushing game last week. He was the National Offensive Player of the Week. A quality, experienced running quarterback like this for Portland State against a banged-up linebacker core for the Bobcats is not a matchup Montana State was looking for. This can put a lot of pressure on that.
It will, and but it also puts a lot of pressure on Chachere. to be able to put up those kind of numbers, knowing what he's going in this battle, what he's up against. But it's also a great opportunity for Daly to be able to put some things on film, be able to solidify his spot in the middle of the field there. That front seven's they got their hands full for sure today, especially up front. And, Shasher is the type of guy that you'll never be able to contain a guy like that. You just have to be able to just minimize those big play opportunities and just make sure you play perfect football.
He had 2 big touchdown runs against the Bobcats last year in Bozeman. That was a one-score game going into halftime before the Bobcats were able to pull away late in that game and make it look lopsided, 38-22. But, again, that was very close early in the game. 2 interceptions in that game by Chachere. Rylan Ort, John Johnson both had a couple of picks. Brody Grebe had 2 sacks in that game. So we'll see if Montana State can do some more of the same like they did in the second half of that win. As we continue to take a look at this Portland State squad, we get into our Mountain Hot Tub opposing team profile presented by Mountain Hot Tub. And we're going to see why this Portland State team is going to be in hot water today, brought to you by Mountain Hot Tub. Mountain Hot Tub is Montana's largest hot tub dealer since 1979. Your authorized hot spring spa dealer with locations in Bozeman, Butte, and Helena. So, Leo, we talked a little bit about Chachere, but overall this is a pretty dynamic offense for Portland State, and they are playing better defensively.
Yeah, and they're playing at home. They're coming off a great road victory, and that's something that you can't hang your hat on, but it really propels into that next week, especially coming into another conference matchup. And I think I've said it a few times. Anybody can win on any given day. You just have to play perfect football in October.
Well, we certainly saw that last week around the Big Sky. Portland State getting their first win of the year with that win at Idaho State, winning 47-38. We also saw Northern Colorado earn their first win of the season of the Big Sky, winning at nationally ranked Weber State. The Wildcats really kind of gave that thing up. They had 6 fumbles. They lost 4 of them. I mean, that was a tough game for Weber State. Congrats to Northern Colorado, but it does show that anybody can beat anybody.
No, you can, and that's the beauty and the ugly of the Big Sky Conference. It's just conference play, and we got to put the ball down. The ball don't care. Just let it rip and play like mistake-free, play fast, play physical.
So those are some of the things we're looking out of this Portland State team, which again comes in at 1-5. They're 1-2 in Big Sky play. Bruce Barnum is the 10th-year head coach of this Vikings squad. Last year they went 5-6, 4-4 in Big Sky. It has felt like they have enough talent to compete for a playoff spot the last couple of years, especially with Chachere, but they haven't been able to quite do that. And really, you look at what they've done this year. It's been a tough year for them for multiple reasons. They come out of the gate, they lose to Washington State 70-30, so they gave up 70 points in that game. Then they had to play a Week 2 conference game against Weber State because of some of their other scheduling stuff. They lose that game in Week 2, 43-16. So the defense really struggling for them. And then they had the whooping cough outbreak, so they had to cancel their game against top 5 South Dakota. Breaks up their practice schedule. They're able to go to Boise State in Week 4 and play. They lose that one 56-14. Then they have to go to nationally ranked Chattanooga. They lose that one 45-30. And then they move their wide receivers coach to defensive coordinator, making a change in the coaching staff. They lost by 1 against UC Davis on a controversial touchdown catch right at the goal line as time expired. UC Davis survives here against Portland State, and the Vikings last week go to Pocatello to win 42-38, and now they've got a bye next week after this one. But overall, I mean, this is a Vikings team, Leo, that's got a lot of talent. They had some struggles early in the season, but they're starting to figure it out now.
Yeah, and that, that's one thing, too, that so when you start to get hot, when you start to catch on and things start to click, you can be pretty deadly and dangerous. So that's one thing that kind of has me, I wouldn't say nervous, but to be expected, right? We got to be able to come out, play some good football, and really kind of minimize those big plays, and then penalties, too. I'd like to see us penalty-free, if at all possible.
Cats have done a pretty good job about avoiding penalties throughout the season. We'll see if they can do more of that today as they get ready to take on this Vikings squad. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back on the Intermountain Health pregame show, we'll take a look around the rest of the Big Sky and get you some national scores as well as we get ready to kick off in just about an hour between Montana State and Portland State. We're taking a break. You're listening to Bobcat Football, presented by Learfield.
When garage door issues happen, don't just call anybody. Call the pros at DoorTech. Our family-owned and operated business happily serves the Gallatin Valley. We install and service residential, commercial, and custom overhead doors and operators. With factory-trained and certified technicians, we're committed to quality, value, and long-term relationships. Call us at 582-1623 and let us help you with the solution to all your garage door needs. DoorTech is raising the door on quality. Your region's only premier authorized Rainer dealer.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years it's going to explode, obliterating the earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
From our 1946 roots providing lumber for Yellowstone National Park to our current headquarters in Bozeman, we at Simpkins Hallen believe in building the Gallatin Valley's future while continuing to honor its past. Contractors large and small benefit from our decades of experience and our extensive network of suppliers. We can source the materials you need, no matter the project. For all your building needs, go to where long-standing traditions have met with quality building products for over 75 years. Simpkins Hallen, a Montana tradition among builders since 1946.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
When I was using, I spent half my time worried about running out of pills and the other half hiding my addiction, hiding from judgment, hiding from everything. I OD'd right there. My pills were laced with fentanyl. Narcan and my son saved my life. He found me and called 911. After that, I got treatment.
Learn more at helpsavelivesmt.org. A message from Montana Department of Public Health and Human Services.
Back on the Intermountain Health pregame show, getting set for Montana State and Portland State from an absolutely picture-perfect day in Hillsboro, Oregon. It's the Bobcats and the Vikings, and Montana State looks to earn their 5th straight win in this all-time series, and they look to earn their 13th victory in the last 14 meetings dating back to 2006. All right, time now to take a look at the Intermountain Health out-of-town scoreboard as we get set for our kickoff coming up at the top of the hour. First, checking in before everything kicks off, here's where the standings are. 2 perfect teams are left. It's Montana State and UC Davis sitting at 3-0. Weber State and Montana are both at 2-1. Now, Weber State has 4 losses, so they're kind of in a place right now where they really can't afford another loss if they're going to make the playoffs this season. Montana's in a good place. They have a very soft schedule. Eastern Washington is 1-1. Portland State, Idaho, Cal Poly, and Northern Arizona, as well as Northern Colorado, are all 1-2. And then Sac State is 0-2. So that is the scene as we kick off this Saturday in October. Taking a look at the rest of the Big Sky today. So Cal Poly is at Idaho. This breaks a stretch of 5 consecutive games for Idaho against ranked opponents. So big break for them to be at home and hosting Cal Poly. Idaho State at Northern Arizona today. That one's going to be interesting. So they're both 3-4. They're both 1-2 in the Big Sky. Really, 4 losses is about all you can have if you're going to make the playoffs this year. That would put you at about 8-4. That's going to give you a chance to be on the bubble. So Idaho State and Northern Arizona both already with 4 losses so far. And then it's UC Davis at Eastern Washington later today. That one's going to be fascinating, Leo. Eastern Washington coming off a big win last week.
It's crucial, and like the Big Sky Conference right now is so it's one of those things. There's such a beautiful conference, but it's also so very hard to be able to just run the whole table. You have to play perfect constantly, and there's always these X factors that are coming in: injuries, big wins, last second loss. So it's beautiful time for football. I mean, I love October, especially going into November, but the Eastern Washington matchup, that's going to be very interesting to see who comes out on top on that one.
No doubt. So UC Davis at Eastern Washington today. That one kicks off at 5 o'clock Mountain Time. And then Weber State and Sacramento State, another matchup there where really the loser is, they're not going to be able to make the playoffs. So one of those two teams is going to have 5 losses right now. And Weber State trying to bounce back. What a hectic couple weeks they've had. The win in Missoula, the loss at home against Northern Colorado. Now they go to Sac State, and Sac State is sitting at 2-4 and 0-2 in the Big Sky. They haven't had Caden Bennett for most of the year, so we'll see what happens there. But that one's going to be very, very interesting as well. All right, we're going to take a break. We got a lot to get to today. Of course, we're going to talk with our resident Hall of Famer and our sideline analyst, Dan Davies. We're going to talk to defensive tackles coach Nicolas Jean-Baptiste, get into some stuff about this defensive line, talk about Paul Brott, Alec Eckert, as well as, we haven't seen a lot of roughing the passer penalties this year. We're going to talk about how Baptiste and this coaching staff has coached those guys up to avoid some of those while still delivering clean and healthy hits. And then, of course, we'll get into things with head coach Brent Vigen. We'll talk about some of these injuries and break down the X's and O's between the Bobcats and the Vikings. Montana State is at 7-0 overall. They are 3-0 in Big Sky play. A win today, and it would be their best ever Division I start in program history, which dates back to 1978, which coincidentally is also the other year in which they went 7-0 since they went up to the Division I level. All right, we're taking a break on the Intermountain Health pregame show. You're listening to Bobcat Football, presented by Learfield.
For more than 25 years, Amy Sayer has provided the highest level of service in the real estate industry in the Gallatin Valley. In conjunction with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Montana Properties, Amy and her team are committed to providing the very best experience for their clients and customers through sound guidance and excellence in service. So if you're thinking of buying or selling or have questions about our current real estate market, call Amy Sayer or visit amysayer.com.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
Hi, former Bobcat Big Lou Salcedo from Wrestler Chevrolet here. Our team proudly supports MSU football both on the field and on the road. Serving the Bobcat community since 1999, we've got what you need. From the powerful heavy-duty Silverado to the top-of-the-line High Country Suburban. Visit our showroom or check us out online at WrestlerChevy.com. Together, let's drive a Wrestler Chevrolet. Community born, community driven. We'll meet you at the tailgate.
At Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase helps provide much-needed life-saving equipment to first responders across the country. That's why at Firehouse Subs, they make their subs differently, because their subs can make a difference. Their family of restaurant owners and local crews are proud to continue to serve you the hot, hearty, life-saving subs you crave every day. In fact, it's never been easier to grab their subs to go with Rapid Rescue to Go. Save time when you order online at firehousesubs.com or on their app. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives.
When garage door issues happen, don't just call anybody. Call the pros at DoorTech. Our family-owned and operated business happily serves the Gallatin Valley. We install and service residential, commercial, and custom overhead doors and operators. With factory-trained and certified technicians, we're committed to quality, value, and long-term relationships. Call us at 582-1623 and let us help you with the solution to all your garage door needs. DoorTech is raising the door on quality. Your region's only premier authorized Rainer dealer.
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Williams has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
We're back on the Intermountain Health pregame show, getting ready to rock for Montana State and Portland State today. All right, in a bit, we're going to talk with our sideline analyst, Dan Davies. Then we've got defensive tackles coach Nicholas Jean-Baptiste. And, of course, we're breaking it all down with head coach Brent Vigen. But first, it's time now to introduce this week's most valuable professor, Molly Secor, professor of nursing and associate dean at Montana State University in Bozeman. Professor, what's happening in the Mark and Robin Jones College of Nursing?
A lot of really exciting things are happening in the Mark and Robin Jones College of Nursing right now. One of the highlights is the expansion of our footprint across the state of Montana. We just broke ground on buildings in each of our campuses in Bozeman, Kalispell, Great Falls, Missoula, and Billings. So these new buildings are going to provide state-of-the-art simulation centers for learning, as well as allow us to accept more students into our programs. So we'll be able to serve the needs of the state of Montana better. So we'll continue our motto of being 5 campuses and 1 university serving the state of Montana.
Why would someone want to get into the nursing field, and how would they go about doing that?
Nursing provides a great opportunity to make a positive impact for patients, communities, and the world. There's many options for nursing practice settings, so there's really an opportunity for everyone in the field of nursing. In Montana, at Montana State University, we have a direct entry program for high schoolers who graduate in our state, so that's one exciting opportunity. We also have an accelerated program for students who are interested in pursuing nursing after they already have a degree in a different area. So we have 2 opportunities right now for students to enter the nursing profession at the baccalaureate degree level.
What kind of exciting careers can students pursue?
The field of nursing is very diverse, and students who graduate with a degree in nursing can have jobs not only as a nurse providing hands-on patient care, but they can also be scientists, leaders, innovators, change and policymakers. So the options are endless. Nursing is also a fast-growing and very in-demand profession, so people who are nurses can expect stable and well-paying jobs when they graduate. I'm Molly Secor, Professor of Nursing and Associate Dean for Research at Montana State University in Bozeman, and go Bobcats.
Well, we appreciate the time from Professor Molly Secor. All right, it's time now for a Bozeman Health Medical Minute.
Hi, I'm Dr. Logan Wills, a sports medicine physician with Bozeman Health and team physician for Bobcat student athletes. Tennis elbow isn't just for tennis players. It's a common issue for anyone who uses their arms repetitively. As we age, the tendons in our elbows can become less resilient, leading to pain and tenderness on the outside of the elbow. Whether you're playing tennis, golfing, or even gardening, this overuse injury can make daily activities uncomfortable. Initial treatment usually involves rest, ice, and sometimes a brace to support the elbow. Physical therapy can strengthen the forearm muscles and tendons and improve flexibility, helping you heal and reducing the risk of future injuries. Other, more advanced procedures are available for hard-to-treat cases. If you're dealing with persistent elbow pain, it's time to consult a sports medicine specialist. I'm Dr. Logan Wills with today's Medical Minute. For more information, visit bozemanhealth.org.
Time to take a break. When we come back, we're talking with Dan Davies. Later, it's Nicholas Jean-Baptiste talking about the defensive line. And then it's head coach Brent Vigen breaking down the X's and the O's in a matchup between the Bobcats and the Vikings. More of the Intermountain Health pregame show coming up. You're listening to Bobcat Football, presented by Learfield.
From our 1946 roots providing lumber for Yellowstone National Park to our current headquarters in Bozeman, we at Simpkins-Hallen believe in building the Gallatin Valley's future while continuing to honor its past. Contractors large and small benefit from our decades of experience and our extensive network of suppliers. We can source the materials you need, no matter the project. For all your building needs, go to where long-standing traditions have met with quality building products for over 75 years. Simpkins-Hallen, a Montana tradition among builders since 1946.
When garage door issues happen, don't just call anybody. Call the pros at DoorTech. Our family-owned and operated business happily serves the Gallatin Valley. We install and service residential, commercial, and custom overhead doors and operators. With factory-trained and certified technicians, we're committed to quality, value, and long-term relationships. Call us at 582-1623 and let us help you with the solution to all your garage door needs. DoorTech is raising the door on quality. Your region's only premier authorized Rainer dealer.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years, it's going to explode, obliterating the Earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
We're back on the Intermountain Health pregame show. We're getting set for Montana State and Portland State from Hillsboro today. I'm Keaton Gillogly alongside our sideline analyst Dan Davies. And Dan, all right, looking at this game here for Montana State, you know, coming off the win against Idaho, going to a place where the atmosphere isn't going to be the loudest we'll see in the Big Sky. Does kind of feel like this is a recipe for some lesser teams maybe to have a bit of a letdown in a game like this.
Yeah, and Portland State's playing with a lot of confidence right now. They lost the game 2 weeks ago on a last play of the game situation that they really had a really good chance to win, and then coming off their first victory last week. So this is going to be a dangerous game for Montana State, and you're right in terms of the atmosphere. You have to create your own energy, so to speak, but Coach Vegan and a lot of the staff have been here. They understand that, and I'm sure they prepared for that all week.
Yeah, this is where that steady, consistent leadership will certainly come into play, and we'll see if that plays out in the Bobcats' favor today. All right, as we get ready for this Bobcats and Vikings matchup, let's get into our Kendall Ford keys to the game today. Dan, what are some of the keys you're looking for in this matchup?
Well, even though the Bobcats played, I think, their best game last week against Idaho at home, against a great crowd there at Bobcat Stadium, there's still things to clean up and so forth, play cleaner, penalties, that type of thing. But it's going to be, I think, up to the offense to just be consistent and continue the things they did last week so well. I mean, Coach Vegan was so complimentary of how well Tommy Mellott played, and that just brings confidence, more confidence to Tommy Mellott and the rest of the crew.
Yeah, I mean, you've watched a lot of great quarterbacks come through Bozeman and Montana State. I mean, what we're watching right now out of Tommy is really truly one of the special runs. We've got more games. We need help. But, I mean, from your perspective, watching a kid like this blossom the way he has, it's got to be a lot of fun for you.
Well, it's so fortunate to be able to witness this history being, made right in front of our eyes. And you're right. I've seen a lot of great Bobcats play over the years, but he's among the best that I've been able to watch, and how productive he is. what a great kid he is, what a great student he is, what a great leader he is. I know his parents, and I know Coach Vigen is so proud of him.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to watch, and we've got more chapters to write in the Tommy Mellott book, which will continue today between Montana State and Portland State. All right, Dan, we got a beautiful day. We'll touch base with you again here in just a bit.
How about this? We dodged showers yesterday and showers tomorrow, so it's meant to be.
The sun is shining on Bobcat football. We're taking a break. When we come back, we're talking to defensive tackles coach Nicholas Jean-Baptiste. Then we're breaking it all down with head coach Brent Vigen. More of the Intermountain Health pregame show coming up. You're listening to Bobcat football presented by Learfield.
Okay, you say, I want some breakfast. Your so-called boyfriend says, we got eggs in the fridge. Obviously, when you say breakfast, you mean McDonald's. Definitely a side-eye situation.
And now it's a BOGO situation with buy one, get one for $1 on sausage McMuffin, burritos, hash browns, and more. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Preparation is the key to success on game day. And like your favorite Bobcats on the field, you need to be ready right from the opening kickoff. Cenex has your pregame routine covered. We've got your salty snacks, your sweet treats, ice-cold beverages to wash them down, and fresh tanks of propane to fire up the grill. Fuel your fandom at your local Cenex station. Bobcat Pride, powered locally.
Montana holds some of the greatest hunting in the country, and much of that occurs on private land. Access to private land is a key part of hunting and wildlife management, but that access is at risk with every gate left open, piece of litter left behind, or torn up ag field from someone driving where they weren't allowed. As hunters and guests in Montana, we must do better. Get familiar with Montana's block management program and follow the rules for every block management area you hunt, because we either do better or we'll lose access. It's that simple. It's up to us. Respect access, protect the hunt.
Rocky Mountain Credit Union has supported Montana State athletics for over 40 years and provides a local credit union for past, present, and future Bobcats. You can have it all with RMCU. Low rates, mobile banking, a place to start saving, or work on building your credit. Visit your local branch or online at rmcu.net to become a member today. That's rmcu.net. Go Bobcats.
Are you looking for a rewarding career right here in Montana? Applied Materials is located in Kalispell, Montana, and is hiring for engineering and manufacturing roles. The leader in materials engineering solutions used to produce virtually every new chip and advanced display in the world. Applied Materials offers top-notch wages and full benefits on day one. Go to appliedmaterials.com/careers and search for the jobs by location to find your next career with Applied Materials. Our innovations make possible a better future. Equal opportunity employer.
It's time for a wellness tip from Intermountain Health, an official health partner of the Bobcats. Do you ever feel winded after attending a Bobcats game? Here's something you might not know. Of course you do. You're a true blue and gold Bobcat fan. You sing the fight song at the top of your lungs. Stand up and cheer. Cheer long and loud for dear Montana State. That being said, keep those lungs healthy. The Bobcats need your energy. Learn more at intermountainhealth.org.
Back on the Intermountain Health pregame show, we're getting set for Montana State and Portland State today. I'm Keaton Gillogly, and before we are joined by head coach Brent Vigen, it's time now to reintroduce the defensive tackles coach, Nicholas Jean-Baptiste. Coach, Paul Brott, after that game against Idaho, said he thought they performed the best they had performed all year long. What did you think of the D-line performance on Saturday?
I thought it was a really clean, a really good, dominant performance from us, and I think that's what we were expecting from those guys, and that's what we expect from them every week. And so it didn't matter really the opponent. That's one thing that myself and Coach Howe do a lot of, is that we want to push and we want to move the group forward, and so we always sit there and rise to our expectations. And so we've been getting better week by week, and I think that showed on Saturday night, where guys are really getting off the ball, really getting knocked back, really trying to sit there and play on their side of the ball.
Yeah, where have they made the biggest strides throughout the year?
I think it's more so been about just the mentality and then the technique. That's one thing that myself and Coach Howe, we talk about, is like we want to see two things regardless of what the play call is, and that's technique and effort. And so guys with that mentality was trying to knocking them off the ball and then being able to play on their side of the ball, playing with great hands, and then being able to get off of blocks and make some plays.
Who's got the best technique on that defensive line?
Right now, I'm gonna get in trouble for this one. I think it honestly right now it's consistently is Brody. And then when you get some other guys and when they're at their best, Paul looks really, really good. Alec has come a long way as well. Kenny looks really good when he does it really well, especially in the pass rush. He's I know Brody gets a lot of attention, but when Kenny is going, he's probably one of our best pass rushers, interior and on the outside.
Yeah, what's it like when you see that cheetah package with some of the edge guys in the middle?
See, I'm going to get in trouble again, but I think that guys, I enjoyed seeing the best pass rushers get out there, and so we've been getting all four guys, DNs in there as well, and then we've mixed it up a little bit. We try to get Paul in there a couple times, Zach Black in there as well, and so we just want to get guys that can give us some mismatches with some of these offensive lines.
Big sack for Paul Brott this week, although he called it free lunch because the other guys were doing their job. Where have you seen Paul grow? And it really seems like he's stepped up into an even bigger leadership role with the injury to Blake Schmidt.
Oh, yeah, and it wasn't really a free lunch. He actually did his job pretty well. And Brody ends up missing, and he ends up sitting there cleaning it up, which you always want to see anyway. You want to see guys in there being able to, all the guys back there racing to get to the quarterback. But Paul has been a lot better about being more about understanding his role and assignment all the time and consistently, because sometimes he can get out there and he wants to make a play. That's one thing he wants to do. He wants to sit there and help the team. It's just we have to funnel it the correct way and have him do his 111th, and he's done a lot better job these past couple of years, and this year it's shown. And we told him, like, dude, we're gonna put you on plays. You just got to sit there and trust us when it comes to the technique and the assignment. And that's what he's done these last couple of weeks, especially after FG going down. He's kind of taken that role and done a really, really good job and played a really clean game last week.
Now, we've seen you guys get a lot of hits on the quarterbacks. Even if there's not a sack, you're still getting hits, and we haven't seen a lot of flags. Seems like it's a lot of clean hits. Knock on wood, don't want to jinx anything. But, how do you coach the guys to make sure they're delivering some contact to the quarterback but doing it in a clean way?
We always talk about that, and it's always tough to get that done in practice, but we always sit there and watch film and go through some of those plays where when you get within handshake distance of that quarterback, you're making sure you're not pushing off on him if you don't get the actual sack, making sure that we get hits on there, but we understand that it's clean, and we don't want to raise our hands up and look like we're guilty of anything. But we've done a really good job of guys understanding and understanding the situation, understanding where we are when the quarterback throws the ball or if he still has the ball in his hand. So those guys have done a good job of being mentally prepared and mentally aware of where the surroundings are.
For Blake Schmidt, the injury at Idaho State, obviously very, very disappointing. But how has he responded and continued to be a contributor in the locker room since then?
Oh, he's been great. He continues to be a leader in there. It's just more so taking on the coaching approach with those younger guys. And even with Paul, those two are thick as thieves out there. And so they'll sit there and talk to each other. And if you see after the sack, Paul goes and runs immediately to Blake and celebrates with him before he even celebrates with Coach Al. But he's done a great job of being a mentor to those young guys and even being a critical coach to those to Paul and Alec and those guys. And so and it's always good to have a different perspective and different eyes on there, just not myself and Coach Howe, because obviously he's a guy that's played ball and been in those trenches recently, so it's always better to have him in there.
You mentioned Coach Howe now as a co-defensive coordinator along with Bobby Daly. From Coach Howe's perspective, he's the D-line guy, so you're working with him a lot. How have you seen him continue to grow as a coach and kind of step into that new leadership role?
Well, that's where he has experience as well as a play caller as well. And so him and Coach Daly do a really good job of collaborating on the defense and understanding like what the play sheet's going to look like for Saturdays. And they've done a great job. And then even the whole defensive staff as a whole, we've done a really good collaborative effort. And the guys' ideas are getting heard. And Coach Daly listens and Coach Howe listen, and then they put a really good game plan together. And that's where Fridays and Saturdays we feel real confident going into it. Like, hey, we put together something really good for these guys to execute and play fast out there. And so both of those guys have done a really good job. Coach Howe has been great when it comes to understanding like the front and the run fits, and then Coach Daly does a great job on the back end with understanding the coverages and putting it and marrying it up together so that we can sit there and get off the field on third and fourth down.
It's a lot of fun to see kind of the treadmill of coaches come through here at Montana State under Coach Vegan and watching some of the new guys and some of the older guys go on and do stuff. But, we talked to Coach Walsh last week. We're seeing Sean Chambers getting going now. From your perspective, what's it like being a young coach, and especially for you now, having been here a couple of years, that's got to be really kind of a nice luxury with the volatility of the coaching world.
Oh, it's been great, and obviously, this is obviously a very stable program, and so this one place that guys want to be, and it's been great to see the growth of everyone here, the younger guys, and even some of the older coaches taking young guys under their wings. And so, like, I was a younger guy here, and like I said, Coach House kind of took me under his wing and showed me the way and taught me a lot of D-line play. Even like from my playing experience, he taught me a lot about technique and whatnot, and then myself in turn helping some of those other guys out when the young guys on staff like a Jake Dusenberry or Jack Hayes or a Tommy Dumont. Those guys have done a great job of helping us get better and having different set of eyes on there. So those guys are getting better as coaches as well, getting a chance to come out here and help us and prepare and help us prepare for games and for success out there.
Well, the weather has been great so far, but we know it's going to turn at a moment, at any point in time. We got a great pipeline of Texas boys coming up here, too. What do you tell them, the guys from the warm weather? How do you prepare them for the cold in those morning practices?
Well, honestly, like I said, the weather's been great so far. The past 2 years, actually, we've had really good weather going into October, November. And really what I tell a lot of guys is that, hey, it's really not more so the actual weather, it's really the wind. If it's windy out there, then yeah, we got to layer up a little bit. If not, you guys will be just fine because the sun will be out by the time we get out there on the field. So it's been a blessing to have this kind of weather out here. And some of those guys, they're used to anything under 70 degrees is cold to them, so they're trying to sit there and bundle up. And I'm like, dude, you got to understand it's a little bit different out here. It's a little bit drier weather out here compared to being down there in Houston and Dallas out there, a little bit more humidity. So no, those guys, they've adjusted really well. Andrew, Drew, Jace, those guys, they've done a good job. Carson as well. They've done a good job of adjusting to the weather out here.
All right, should be good weather when we go over to Portland for this Portland State matchup. They're a very similar team to what we saw coming out here to Bozeman last year. Dante Chachere, their quarterback, Quincy Craig, their running back. Give us a couple of keys to success to slowing down what is a very powerful offense for Portland State.
Yeah, that's one thing about those two guys, Chachere and Craig. Those guys are very dynamic and very explosive. And so you've got to play assignment football, especially for us up front. We've got to do a good job like we kind of did last year of making sure that we rush as a group. We can't rush as just one guy going out there trying to make a play and three other guys doing their own thing. We have to make sure we keep him in the pocket because he is very dynamic. And if you watch that Idaho State game last week, he got out there and ripped out a couple big runs and changed that game for that Portland State team. Quincy Craig is one of the best running backs that we've seen so far in this conference, and he's a young guy, and he's impressive because he can go out there and he can go out there in the slot, make some catches. He can go out there and run the outside zone. He does a really good job of being dynamic and having great balance and running the ball. And they have a really good offensive line as well, and those guys play very hard. And so that's where you have to sit there and play assignment football because they'll knock you out of your gaps, and those guys will find somewhere to make a play. They don't need a lot of opening and a lot of space to go make a play. So we got to do a really good job playing assignment football and continue to play with the same intensity and same attention to detail that we did against Idaho.
Yeah, they're going to be coming in with a lot of confidence, and they scored 7 touchdowns last week against Idaho State with 1 trip into the red zone, so they are a big play offense. Coach Bapp, Nicholas Jean-Baptiste, appreciate the time and the insight today.
I appreciate that, Keaton. I appreciate your time.
All right, we appreciate the time from Coach Bapp today. We're taking a break, and when we come back, we're talking with head coach Brent Vigen as we get set for the Bobcats and the Vikings. You're listening to Bobcat Football, presented by Learfield.
If it's time to tailgate, it's time to hit Rosar's. Steaks, burgers, and brats are all waiting to get grilled from our meat department. But that's not it. Grab our scratch-made cookies from our bakery for the fourth quarter. And for post-game, make sure you pick up a handmade pizza from our deli. All the tailgate food groups, all from one stop, your Bozeman Rosar's and proud supporter of the Bobcats. If you want it, it's at your neighborhood Rosar's.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to BozemanChamber.com.
Ambient Air Solutions wants to take a moment to show our gratitude and to say thank you. Thank you to our frontline workers. Thank you to our doctors, nurses, and EMTs. Thank you to all the volunteers. And thank you to the Gallatin County community. Ambient Air Solutions is so grateful for your support for over 12 years. We are so blessed to live in such a beautiful place. Ambient Air Solutions is here for all your heating and cooling needs. Call us at 406-577-1818 to schedule your service today. Ambient Air Solutions, simplifying heating and cooling.
Bobcat fans, support both your favorite team and Montana State students. When you shop at MSU bookstores, you help lower the price of course materials for Montana State students. MSU Bookstore is owned by MSU students and faculty and serves as the only not-for-profit campus bookstore in Montana. Shop online at msubookstore.org, at Bobcat Stadium on game days, or on campus in the Strand Union Building. Remember, Bobcat fans, when you shop at MSU Bookstore, all proceeds from your purchase go directly to lowering the cost of course materials for Montana State students.
Your Montana Chevy dealers, home to powerful trucks like the legendary Chevy Silverado. With 9 trims and 4 powertrains to choose from, you'll find the perfect blend of capability and efficiency that's right for you. Plus, for a long day of towing, Silverado offers advanced camera tech so you can feel confident every mile of the way. From hitching to driving to parking. Test drive the Chevy Silverado and check out current offers at your Montana Chevy dealers. Proud sponsors of your Montana State Bobcats.
For more than 25 years, Amy Sayer has provided the highest level of service in the real estate industry in the Gallatin Valley. In conjunction with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Montana Properties, Amy and her team are committed to providing the very best experience for their clients and customers through sound guidance and excellence in service. So if you're thinking of buying or selling or have questions about our current real estate market, call Amy Sayer or visit amysayer.com.
Back on the Intermountain Health pregame show, getting set for Montana State and Portland State. I'm Keaton Gillogly alongside head coach Brent Vegan as we get ready to go for the Bobcats and the Vikings. All right, Coach, I know you talked a little bit about Blake Schmidt and Danny Louis LaCappa maybe traveling a little bit. Are they on this trip? Are they going to be traveling here?
Danny's on this trip. He has yet to have his surgery. Blake had his surgery this week, so he's recovering. I think felt like it was good that Danny get an opportunity to, not only be there from a leadership perspective, but also maybe coaching those guys up a little bit that are replacing him.
Yeah, those guys replacing him. We'll see some Bryce Grebe, Neil Daly. What do you want to see from those guys? Where are they at, and what's going to be the key to them filling in successfully?
Well, we want to have Bryce. Bryce, he got nicked up in that game. It didn't show up. He continued to play, but just as we worked through the week, he is in position to go. The big task lies on Neil Daly's shoulder. Neil has continued to gain experience and feel good about where he's at. But this is a big opportunity for him, and obviously we need him to step up today.
And, you're going to be going off against a dynamic offense here against Portland State. As you look at Dante Chachere and a guy who's like a running quarterback like that, where does that really put pressure on your defense? Who needs to be making really quality decisions to make sure he doesn't get away?
Well, it's twofold. I think in the run game, when they get design runs, it's just about our guys being where they're supposed to be. First and foremost, if like his runs where he got away from us last year, both situations we were not gap sound. So that part we need to be gap sound. I think when it comes to the scrambling, obviously we need to keep him corralled with our rush to start, and then we got to have good zone eyes when we're playing zone. When we're playing man, we're playing man. That does put us in a compromising situation because our guys need to play the man. But ultimately, I think it's a day where you put yourself in position to have zone eyes a little bit more, and no different than corralling a running back or returner in space. We got to take good angles, play with good leverage, and when we get a shot, get them down. We didn't do that at times last year, and people haven't done that all through the season.
Miles Jackson, a homecoming for him over at that nickel position. As you look at what he's doing this year, where does that nickel position fall in terms of who's overseeing that for you guys, and how much is that more of a linebacker or a defensive back? Give us a breakdown on some of those skill set that they need.
Yeah, our nickels go with Coach Owens, so that's become the safety nickel room. So we have strong safeties, free safeties, and nickels. There's certainly been some overlap. Like Miles had played corner, so there's overlaps with Coach Shepard as well. I know in the true sense of a 4-3, that used to be a Sam linebacker, and that would have been with Coach Daly. So it's probably the most versatile, collaborative position that we have. Those guys do play in the box. They do pressure. They cover. They play man-to-man. So, it really it is all those coaches, whether Coach Owens in particular, but then Coach Shepard, Coach Daly involved in their training, and they're guys that in all likelihood could play another spot, and most of them do.
Such a fine performance from Tommy Mellott this last week and everything he's been doing this year. When you are in those meetings with him and you go look back at that tape, what percentage of time is he making that right decision? When you're going through practice film or game film with him, how often are you saying, hey, this needs to be a different decision? What's his percentage at right now?
Pretty high clip right now. I couldn't maybe put a number on it, but it's he'd be getting an A. I know that. in a game like that, you go through it, and you know, an incompletion might happen, but he might be making the right decision. You know, one time I know he scrambled instead of throwing at him on the sideline. He probably could have thrown at him. I know he got the same relative yardage in that situation. So he's doing a really good job seeing the defense before the snap, and I think he's seeing it unfold. You know, I think that's such a big piece to quarterbacking is how you see things post-snap. You don't see too many things, and you know, a lot of young quarterbacks, it's like they're defending either with ghosts or 13, 14 guys, and I think he's seeing the right people. He's seeing us play 11 on 11. He's seeing his keys, and then he's throwing the ball really well too, and he's confident in the different throws that we have, you know, on the call sheet, so to speak, and he's letting the defense dictate then what throw he makes, and he's continuing to progress, and we're going to obviously need that progression to continue to happen as the season unfolds.
All right, looking into this Portland State team, one of their main guys, Quincy Craig, very dynamic back for them. What's his skill set, and how are you guys going to slow him down?
Well, he's not only, I think, their best running back, but he's also maybe their best receiver too. And they align him in empty sets in particular. I think we're going to have to know where he is. You know, typically a running back's usage in an empty set is a little light, but for him, I think that's where they're trying to get him in match up against linebackers. So I think, you know, cautious of the matchups we get, know where he's at. Like Sachere, I think he's a guy that in space you need to really close that space and take good angles, play with leverage, all that stuff, because he's one that definitely can get loose.
Looking at the defensive side for them, they're two linebackers in the middle there. Younger guys, but they seem to be playing pretty well. How are they using those linebackers and coming along this year?
Well, I think they're freeing them up anytime. You know, both of those guys are the top two tacklers per game in our conference. That maybe speaks a little bit to them being on the field a lot, but I think more so just their scheme freeing those two up to make plays, and it's plays all over the place. They don't necessarily blitz them a lot, but when they've been effective. So they're more downhill from time to time, but then sideline to sideline guys. They cover ground well, and they've been pretty good tacklers at this point.
All right, well, we're looking forward to it. It's Montana State and Portland State today, heading into the bye week after this. Coach, appreciate the time and the insight.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Go Cats.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll be ready to go between the Vikings and the Bobcats. For head coach Brent Vigen, I'm Keaton Gillogly. This is Bobcat Football, presented by Learfield.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
Listen up, Bobcat fans. McDonald's has the game day bundle that everyone in Bozeman can cheer for, and they're only available in the McDonald's app. Unlock your phone to a cheeseburger pack featuring 2 classic cheeseburgers, a crispy, juicy 20-piece McNuggets, and 2 orders of the golden medium fries you love, all for just $14.99, and only on the app. Now that's bringing home a W. Must opt into rewards at participating McDonald's, valid through 2024-25 football season. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The steak sizzling on the grill that marks the new season. The stew that warms the soul on cold winter nights. The comforting aroma of pot roast that awaits after a long day. The taco night when even the pickiest of eaters are overjoyed. And at the center of it all, beef. Find winning beef recipes for all occasions at beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Funded by beef farmers and ranchers.
The Northern Pulse Growers Association encourages industry professionals and growers of dry peas, chickpeas, lentils, and fava beans to become members in 2024. Members gain access to cutting-edge research, expert training, market insights, and connect with a Pulse-passionate community. Visit northernpulse.com to join the Northern Pulse Growers Association. Together, we're sowing the seeds of success.
Hey Bobcat fans, if you're planning a building project, Builders First Source can help. If you're building a garage, a shed, a pole, a barn, or even an entire home, Builders First Source can assist with the design materials, delivery, and so much more. No project is too big or too small. Builders First Source expertise can transform your vision into a dream come true. Builders First Source is a leading supplier of professional grade building materials and a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. Find one of 10 Montana locations at buildersfirstsource.com. And go Bobcats!
At Levitt Group Insurance, we believe that hard work, dedication, and teamwork are the keys to success. Levitt Group Insurance is proud to present the weekly Bobcat Impact Player of the Game. Each week, a player will be selected because they've proven that they have what it takes to be a game changer. Levitt Group Insurance will always work hard and change your insurance program to fit your needs to be a game changer for your business. To see how we can help you with your business, employee benefits, home and auto insurance, contact a Levitt Group Insurance office near you. Levitt Group Insurance, leaving nothing you value to chance.
Montana State is hunting their first 8-0 start in Division I history since they moved up in 1978, and they can do that today with a victory against Portland State. Hello, everybody. I'm Keaton Gillogly alongside Leo Davis, getting ready to go for our kickoff, which will officially be about 5 minutes after the top of the hour. All right, let's take a look at the potential starting two deeps. We always kind of say potential because we're never really 100% sure. But for the Bobcats, left tackle Connor Moore, left guard Burke Mastel, J.T. Reed, Cole Sane at center, Marcus Weir at right guard, Titan Fleischman at right tackle, Butte American native Tommy Malott at quarterback. Scott Trey Humphrey is the running back. No Adam Jones today. See Jared White and Colson Kuhn behind him. Lanyata Alexander Jr., Taco Dollar, Ty McCullough ready to go. Rylan Lonergan and Rohan Jones, tight end and fullback. For the Bobcats defensively on the line, Iden and Brody Grebe are on the ends. Alec Eckert and Paul Brott are in the middle. McCade O'Reilly and Neil Daly are getting the starts at linebacker today. Bryce Grebe is hurt. In addition, Danny Aluila-Kepa hurt last week. Miles Jackson, who played on this field in high school, is the starting nickel. Simeon Woodard, Andrew Powdrell, the corners. Ort and Polidor, the safeties. On the other side for the Vikings, their line at right tackle, Jacob Belton. He's the lightest at 320 pounds, standing at 6'7". Billy Lutui at right guard, Isaac Perez at center. Pule Letigaga is the left guard, and Richard Estrella is the left tackle. Tanner Beeman got hurt, so don't know if he's going to play today at tight end. Might see Elias Spence. Dante Chachere is the starting quarterback. Quincy Craig, the starting running back. The wide receivers are Jalen Lynch, Eric Denham, and Brandon Alvarez. Defensively, their starting defense has three or four down linemen. They kind of mix it up a little bit. Spencer Elliott, Jade Shuffelt are on the end. Jordan Tagaloa and Sofefo Moaki is at defensive tackle. The linebackers are Peyton Wing and Michael Montgomery. Michael Montgomery actually faced Scott Trey Humphrey in high school. Tyrese Shakur is the nickel. Ezrael Vasquez is the strong safety. Isaiah Green, the free safety. Cornerbacks Michael Hurst and Jamal McMurrin. So that's what we're looking at there in the potential starting two deeps. But, of course, that loves to change as we continue to move forward, and we'll see how it all plays out. All right, we're going to take another break, and when we come back, we'll be ready for kickoff between Montana State and Portland State. It's the Bobcats and the Vikings coming up in just a bit. More of the Intermountain Health pregame show after this. You're listening to Bobcat Football presented by Learfield.
Are you looking for a rewarding career right here in Montana? Applied Materials is located in Kalispell, Montana, and is hiring for engineering and manufacturing roles. The leader in materials engineering solutions used to produce virtually every new chip and advanced display in the world. Applied Materials offers top-notch wages and full benefits on day one. Go to appliedmaterials.com/careers and search for the jobs by location to find your next career with Applied Materials. Our innovations make possible a better future. Equal opportunity employer.
Universal Athletic has been a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Check out their great selection of Bobcat apparel and accessories for all your game day needs. Shop in-store at their North 7th Avenue location or online at shop.msubobcats.com for everything you need to cheer on your Bobcats. Universal Athletic, a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Go Cats!
Hi, I'm Bill Coffey, CEO of Stockman Bank. As a family-owned and operated community bank, we are focused only on serving the people, businesses, and communities of Montana. And now we are proud to be named one of the world's best banks by Forbes. We thank our customers for the trust you have put in us to meet your financial needs. If you don't know us, stop by and discover the difference at Stockman Bank, Montana's brand of banking, member FDIC.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who pump it up, pump it up.
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road, pump it up, oh yeah.
Looking to build something solid and long-lasting? Look no further than Fortify Building Solutions in Belgrade. Whether you need metal roofing, siding, buildings, or pole barns, we've got you covered. And whether you are a seasoned contractor or first-time DIYer, you can count on our personalized service and support from beginning to end. Visit us in Billings or Belgrade or at FortifyBuildingSolutions.com and start building today. That's FortifyBuildingSolutions.com. Proud supporter of the Bobcats.
Okay, you say, I want some breakfast. Your so-called boyfriend says, we got eggs in the fridge. Obviously, when you say breakfast, you mean McDonald's. Definitely a side-eye situation.
And now it's a BOGO situation with buy one, get one for $1 on sausage McMuffin, burritos, hash browns, and more. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
On the Bobcat Sports Network from Learfield, Bobcat Football is brought to you by Town Pump, the exclusive sponsor of the Brawl of the Wild. Builder's First Source, leading supplier of professional-grade building materials. And by DoorTech. DoorTech is raising the door on quality. Now is the time. This is the place.
Football's a simple game. You go about it the right way.
Clean pocket all day to the end zone. Touchdown, Bobcats!
Block, you tackle, you catch the ball, you break tackles.
And Sanders is blown up in the backfield. Rylan Orr, Danny Louie-Lakepa, two senior leaders.
Every play, 1-0 every play.
He's got one man to beat down the left sideline of the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Bobcats! Adam Jones, 93 yards.
Stretch our limits today. All together, trust one another.
And he is into the end zone. Scott Trey Humphrey with 10 seconds left, and Montana State has taken the lead.
Bobcat Bill! Bobcat Bill! Bobcat Bill! OBB!
Kickoff is just moments away from the First Interstate Bank broadcast booth. Here's the voice of the Bobcats, Keaton Gillogly.
Banged up, battered, and bruised Bobcat roster heads to Portland to try to mark their best Division I start in program history. Montana State comes in at 7-0 despite injuries each of the last 3 weeks that have ended the season for three defensive starters. More injuries coming into play today, and we'll see if this Montana State team is a team of destiny as they look to remain undefeated as they take on an upstart Portland State squad coming in with a lot of confidence after two quality games the last 2 weeks out. Hello, everybody. My name is Keaton Gillogly. Pleasure to be with you on this gorgeous afternoon in Hillsboro. Our Wheat Montana weather report today. It is 68 degrees, partly cloudy, but just absolutely perfect as we get ready to go for Montana State and Portland State. We also remind you to indulge in exceptional experiences at Montana's Rib and Chop House. Our passionate team sets the bar high, serving premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. Embrace our warm Rocky Mountain hospitality as we eagerly anticipate welcoming you. All right, before we get to our kickoff, let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Montana State football.
XL Country, 100.7. KXLB Churchill, Bozeman, Belgrade. Also in Livingston on translator K254AL.
I'm Keaton Gillogly alongside Leo Davis and Dylan McPhail up in the First Interstate Bank broadcast booth. Dan Davies is our man down on the sideline today as we prepare for Montana State and Portland State today. Both teams are out at midfield. They're getting ready to flip the coin. Unfortunately, we don't have any plugins for a ref mic, so we're going to have to just play along here as they get ready to flip this thing up. Standing on the PS logo, they have flipped the coin. And it looks like Portland State has won. And let's see, are they deferring? I think they deferred. I think Montana State is getting the football. For over 20 years, Montana's Rib and Chop House has embodied Rocky Mountain hospitality. We prioritize loyalty, safety, service, and quality food to help grow and serve our communities. Join us at one of our Montana locations and experience our genuine hospitality firsthand. All right, we are just about ready to go. Dan Davies, the third member of our team, down on the sideline. Dan, how we doing? How we feeling?
Feeling great. Just walking up and down the sideline here as we got decided on which end where the Bobcats are going to start on. But you talk about a perfect afternoon. You couldn't ask for anything better on October 19th. No wind, cloud cover, 68 degrees. Great afternoon for football here in Portland.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun one today. And Leo, great atmosphere for Bobcat fans at least. We've got a lot of MSU fans here, but this isn't necessarily the greatest atmosphere in Big Sky play for Montana State, coming off an electric atmosphere at against Idaho last week at Bobcat Stadium, a top 10 domination at home, and now they come here against a 1-5 team, but they've got a lot of confidence. For a lot of teams, what we're looking at here is a recipe for a letdown. How do the Cats avoid that today?
Play perfect. Go out, be perfect. You got to just step up, rise to the occasion. I know it's a lot of cliche words that I use, but that comes back from when we were winning the conference. And so you got to bring the energy yourself. You can't let the other team, Portland State specifically, just come out and do what they want. You got to kind of break their will a little bit, especially here at home, on the road. Fly to the ball. Just get it done.
All right, we are just about ready to go. Portland State ready to kick it off. They are wearing white pants with green jerseys. They are wearing throwback helmets today. Those have the old-school Vikings logo on the side with the white helmet and the baby blue racing stripe over the crown of it. For the Bobcats today, in the whites, jerseys and pants, they've got the white helmets with the gold block M and the gold racing stripe over the middle. Montana State is ready to receive the kick. Mathis Uribe is ready to kick it away from right to left. Back to return for Montana State, Ontario Latin Henley and Jared White. Cats banged up back there. Marquis Johnson still injured. Here's the kickoff. Jared White might have a chance for return. No, does back up into the end zone, and Montana State will begin this thing at their own 25-yard line. So, all right, here we go. This is the Bobcat offense that's banged up, but they still have a number of the starters as they get ready to go. But Adam Jones is out. We're going to see Scott Trey Humphrey start in the backfield. And, of course, Tommy Malott coming off one of his most efficient games of the year last week against Idaho.
Oh, that was a beautiful game. I'm looking forward to watching him just go out there and do his thing here in Hillsboro today. Seniors got to be able to lead a ship, and the front five just got to do their job, play low or play fast, low pad, live feet.
All right, here we go. Shotgun formation. Lonergan and Rohan Jones tight to the line left side. Here's the snap, turns right, hands it off. Humphrey up the middle. He is popped by the linebackers just shy of the 30-yard line. Give him 4 yards up to the 29, maybe the 28-yard line, depending on the spot. And that'll bring up second and medium for the Cats.
Scott Trey, he does not go down on that first hit. I tell you what, those two Viking defenders, they really thought they were going to, give him one, and still took another third guy to get him down.
Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the right. Rohan Jones shifts on the line over to the right side. Ryan Lonergan is the tight end left of the line. Malott takes the snap. He hands it off. Humphrey runs up the middle across the 30, 35-40. He's down the middle of the field to 50, 45-40, and he's tackled from behind along the left hash mark down to the 35-yard line into Portland State territory. Big gashing run by Scott Trey Humphrey, who's a little bit slow to get back up off the turf.
Ooh, he's looks like he got just rolled up on at the end of the play there. Great play front side. The offensive line, the right tackle, right guard, just made a big old wall, and backside cut off the outside linebacker, creating his long gap.
Jared White checks in for Montana State. Rohan Jones shuffles into the backfield as a fullback. Shotgun formation. Here's the snap. Turns right, hands it off. White up the middle to the 30-yard line along the left hash mark, and he's tackled forward near the first down marker. An 8-yard gain on first down by Jared White, and the Bobcat offense is moving, set up by the big 35-yard run by Scott Trey Humphrey, and Montana State deep into Vikings territory now, out to the 27-yard line.
Last night we were talking about that wham block. Rohan Jones has had another great one. It'd be interesting to see where this tight end hipped up on the tackle like this, what he's going to do.
Pistol formation, and now White shifts out of it to the left hip of Tommy Malott. Here's the snap, turns left, hands it off. White runs up the middle to the 25-yard line. He's just barely tripped up, but he does pick up the first down. First Interstate Bank first down, out to the 24-yard line in Vikings territory, and the Bobcats driving. Here's Ontario Latin Henley now checking in for Montana State, replacing Jared White. Latin Henley, a highly recruited guy out of the Pacific Northwest. They are very excited about him. They want to use his red shirt. This will be his third game. Alexander out to the left side. Dowler and McCullough spread out to the right. Rohan Jones, the tight end. He shifts from left to right, still tight to the line. 12:30 to go, first quarter, no score. Shotgun snap. Malott looking to throw. Fires into the flat, caught by Ontario Latin Henley. He takes it down the right sideline to the 20, and he's tackled out of bounds near the 15-yard line. Mark him down at the 16-yard line into the Rosauers red zone. And that'll bring up a very short opportunity here for the Cats, just 2 yards shy of the first down marker. So 12:08 to go in the first quarter. No score between Montana State and Portland State. It is 2nd and 2 for the Bobcat offense down at the 21-yard line. Shotgun formation. Dowler in motion right to left. Here's the snap. Malott to throw. Fires into the flat. Ontario Latin Henley makes the catch at the 15. Cuts back at the 10. And he's tripped up at the 5-yard line. Latin Henley, the freshman, making some men miss, and he's down to the 4-yard line inside the 5.
Oh, Latin Henley, I tell you what, he could catch the ball out of that swing route to the left side there. Great job. I love the play calling that we're dialing up right now. Look like we're a little, I wouldn't say conservative, but just playing smooth. And
Great kickout block that time by Taco Dowler.
Clock running at the 11:20 mark of the first quarter. Cats and Vikings are scoreless. 1st and goal to go from the 4-yard line. Scott Trey Humphrey is back in there after ripping off a 35-yard run earlier on this drive. McCullough is spread out to the right side. Schlepp and Lonergan, tight ends right of the line. McCullough in motion right to left. Sane snaps it to Malott. Fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it up the middle, and he's wrapped up and brought down quickly. Good tackle that time by Jaden House coming off the edge, and he jumped on Malott's back. That's a couple-yard loss back, and the Cats back up to about the 7-yard line.
You're in the green zone right here. On the offense for the O show, we don't really say red zone, I mean stop. We like to say green zone. Go, baby. Go get that money.
Montana State still setting it up here. 2nd and goal to go from the 7-yard line after a 3-yard loss. 3 receivers spread out to the right side. Humphrey is the running back. Snap to Malott. He hands it off. Humphrey up the middle to the 5, to the goal line. Touchdown, Bobcats. Scott Trey Humphrey sifting through the middle of the line. The Don Joy Mafia moves the green jerseys out of the way, and the Cats strike first on a 7-yard touchdown run by Scott Trey Humphrey.
Up front, when you score with your man, the running back's going to score the ball. You know, that's beautiful right there between the tackles. Front 5 getting it done like a big old fish, just kapow.
Montana State will set up the PAT. Tommy Sullivan bent over the football. Snaps it to Duchesne. Stepping into it, Sandstead kicks it up, and he kicks it through. And Montana State is off to a 7-0 lead over Portland State. Scott Trey Humphrey closing it out with a 7-yard touchdown run. It was an 8-play, 75-yard drive that lasted 4 minutes, 40 seconds. Humphrey had the touchdown, and he had the 35-yard run that helped set it all up. The conical kick converted, the Town Pump touchdown scored, and we're taking a break. 10:20 to go in the first quarter. Montana State leading Portland State 7-0. You're listening to Bobcat Football, presented by Learfield.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, Bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
Listen up, Bobcat fans. McDonald's has the game day bundle that everyone in Bozeman can cheer for, and they're only available in the McDonald's app. Unlock your phone to a cheeseburger pack featuring 2 classic cheeseburgers, a crispy, juicy 20-piece McNuggets, and 2 orders of the golden medium fries you love, all for just $14.99 and only on the app. Now that's bringing home a W. Must opt into rewards at participating McDonald's, valid through 2024-25 football season. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The Northern Pulse Growers Association encourages industry professionals and growers of dry peas, chickpeas, lentils, and fava beans to become members in 2024. Members gain access to cutting-edge research, expert training, market insights, and connect with a Pulse-passionate community. Visit northernpulse.com to join the Northern Pulse Growers Association. Together, we're sowing the seeds of success.
Montana State off to a strong start. 7-0 lead against Portland State. Scott Trey Humphrey set things up for the Cats. Montana State taking care of business today as they had a long drive to start it. 8 plays, 75 yards, 4 minutes, 40 seconds on the time of possession. They had 55 yards on the ground and 20 yards through the air. Both of those were short passes to Ontario Latin Henley, getting an opportunity in the backfield a bit today. Again, 10:20 to go in the first quarter. Montana State up 7-0. They're getting ready to kick it away. Dan Davies, our man down to the sideline. And Dan, that was a very efficient drive by this Bobcat offense.
Yeah, I think that's what the script called for to open this game, to take it down, get a methodical drive, to get the first score on the board. Now it's going to be up to the defense to see if they can get the ball back for the Bobcat offense.
Scott Trey Humphrey on that first drive, Leo. 3 carries, 46 yards for that young man as he approaches 1,000 yards on the season.
I love to see it. That means the front five, those big boys up front, they're getting it done with the help of their tight ends and fullback Rohan Jones. I tell you what, those are some beautiful stats. I know if we were back home, you would have been able to hear that drive.
Right.
But here, it's just it was a quiet drive.
Here's Brendan Hall with the kickoff from left to right. Kicking at sea level now, a little bit different for him. It is caught at the goal line, and here is a return to the 10, and he is tackled outside the numbers near the 10-yard line. Bobcats haven't had much of an opportunity to cover kicks this year. That is just the 4th kickoff return against Brendan Hall this season. But the Cats do a great job stuffing this Vikings offense deep in their own territory, so they will start at about their own 11-yard line.
Yeah, it's great to be able to see some tackling on kickoffs. I know it's kind of a rarity for us, but great football play, pinning them deep inside their own 11-yard line.
So Neil Daly getting the start, 4th-year man out of Billings West after transferring from Missoula. Shotgun formation. DeLon Thomas is the running back. Here's the snap to Chachere. He throws over to the left side, caught by Quincy Craig outside the numbers, and Miles Jackson is there with the quick stop on the left sideline. Miles Jackson, a Portland native. He played on this field and won a state title on this turf when he was in high school.
Well, hopefully that mojo carries over for him being a Bobcat today. I tell you what, let's get it done. There's some big boys up front there. Portland State's got an impressive size for offensive line. All 5 of them, they're some maulers, man.
They're all listed between 320 and 335. Shotgun formation, Chachere from the left hash mark takes the snap, play action, rolls out to his right. He's under pressure, now takes a deep shot down the middle of the field, and it is incomplete. Some collision there, no flag. Looked like just some incidental contact as Montana State is able to turn that down. It was intended for Brandon Alvarez, and Andrew Powdrow was there. They got a little tangled up. Alvarez went down. That pass is incomplete, and it's 3rd and 8 for Portland State, their own 12-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like their feet just got tangled up there, didn't it? Like it was a deep cross, and you had 6 guys in one little area. Someone's going to fall.
9:31 to go in the first quarter. Montana State leading 7-0. Portland State with the football, facing their first 3rd down. Chachere takes the shotgun snap at an empty set. Here's the blitz, and he flings it away from the goal line, out of bounds on the left sideline. couple of flags on the play near the goal line. We'll see what that is, and Chachere just avoiding a safety. No intentional grounding, it appears. There was clearly a wide receiver in the area down that left sideline, but let's see what the call is.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 58, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So roughing the passer extends this drive. The Cats were about to get off the field. Of course, we just talked to Nicolas Jean-Baptiste about that in the pregame. Cats have avoided that for the most part, couldn't do so here.
No, and I mean, you got your ears pinned back. As a young man, you're trying to go get that safety. Chachere was in his own end zone. I don't know if he caught him to the face or whatever. We don't have a replay right here, but unfortunate.
Here's the first down snap. They hand it off, looking for room, gashing to the 30-yard line, 35-40 for the first down. Christian Grubb, a big run after the penalty extends it. 9:12 to go in the first quarter. I don't know, Dan, did you see anything down there on that personal foul?
No, I didn't see from the standpoint of him getting hit to the head or something like that, but almost had a safety there.
Boy, huge turn of events. Regardless of if it was going to be a safety or not, the Cats were about to get off the field. So the roughing the passer penalty extends the drive. On the next snap, it turns into a first down on the run by Christian Grubb. Up to the 41-yard line. Here's the snap. They hand it off. Probing in the backfield. Nowhere to go. Bottled up. Good job by the Bobcat defensive line. Bottling up the running back, Jalen McGee, and stopping him after a 1-yard gain. That's going to bring up 2nd and 9 from the 42-yard line in the middle of the field for Portland State as the Bobcats make a line change on the defensive line, bringing the starters back in.
It's going to be interesting to see where Grebe kind of lines up in this package. From what I understand, what we're talking about in the Cowboy, he kind of gets to be able to move around a little bit. Right now, he's still playing to that boundary side defensive end, but it'd be nice to see him between the tackles.
Pistol formation, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Here's the snap. Chachere fires over the middle. That is caught. And a quick tackle there down at the 49-yard line. Eric Denham makes the catch over the middle. And that sets up a 3rd and 2 for the Portland State offense.
Big 3rd down situation, balls at the midfield. I mean, you got to attack the quarterback, but at the same time, you can't sacrifice anything deep over the top. It's crazy what people can do with confidence, and Portland State's got a lot of confidence today.
Big 3rd and 2 from the 48-yard line on the Portland State side of midfield. 2 tight ends to the right, 2 to the left. Here's the snap. Play action. Chachere trying to gain the edge. He outraces McCade O'Reilly to get across the 50-yard line and pick up the first down. They mark him down at the 46-yard line on the Bobcat side of midfield. And there's that speed by Dante Chachere, the senior from Fresno, California. He comes into play today with over 1,800 rushing yards and over 4,600 passing yards. Last week, the National Offensive Player of the Week for his performance in the win at Idaho State. 1st and 10 up to the 46-yard line in Bobcat territory. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. The snap. Chachere steps up in a scrambled pocket, strips off one potential tackler, rolling to his right, throws to the right sideline, caught near the first down marker, and a quick tackle by McCade O'Reilly. Let's check the spot, and they do give it to him. Tanner Beeman missing the game against UC Davis due to injury. Back in there today. He makes the catch, and Chachere elusive in the backfield.
Oh, he's an athlete. The way he was able to stay up on his feet, turn the corner, and find an open man downfield. So those are some things, hey, we're almost home. We're getting close to him. You just got to be able to bring him down, get him in the turf a little bit. Hopefully with that ball in his hand, get a sack.
So Portland State has converted on a couple of 3rd downs on this drive. It's now 1st and 10 up to the 36 in Cats territory. Here's the snap. They hand it off, and a big stop right at the line of scrimmage. Give him a 1-yard gain. That was DeLon Thompson on the rush, the 2nd-year freshman out of Southern California.
Bobcat defense getting it done between the tackles. I'll tell you what, those guys, they're playing fast and physical up front. Our linebackers, it looks like Neil Daly's really a good outing so far. I haven't called his name, but he's all over the place. I love watching him play.
They're going to need him as he replaces Danny Louis-Lakepa and Bryce Grebe, who is hurt and did not make the trip. And now we've got a flag before the play, a false start. So this is Barney ball at its best. So it goes on Tanner Beeman. But Bill Barnum, the 10th-year head coach here, he likes to show a lot of different things. What we're seeing now is kind of a quad box of tight ends that he's moving all over the line.
It is kind of unorthodox, to say the least. it's like they're going from unbalanced on the right to heavy on the left and keeping one guy at the same time. It's a lot of misdirection. You just can't fall asleep. Got to keep your keys going.
2nd and 15. Here's the snap. They hand it off. Thompson trying to bounce it to the outside. Nowhere to go. Excuse me, that was Quincy Craig, rather. But Miles Jackson was in on the stop along with Neil Daly and McCade O'Reilly. And now a big 3rd down coming up for Montana State's defense once again.
McCade O'Reilly with a stop for the Bobcats.
McCade O'Reilly gets credit for the stop. Clock winding with under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Montana State up 7-0. This is just the second drive of the game. Portland State setting it up. Here's the snap. Play action. Chachere on a screen. Fires into the flat. Makes the catch there. Nowhere to go. What a great tackle by Rylan Ort. Just on the other side of the 35 down to the 33-yard line. And that brings up 4th down. Looks like Portland State's going to go for it.
That was a great job reading the keys, making sure that we were filling our gaps. Great pressure by the defensive line, but also recognizing that it was a screen and peeling back and just everybody rallying to the football. That's kind of Bobcat football that we're used to, and it's a great job by the defense getting a big stop here. Looks like they're going for it on 4th down.
4th and medium. Looks like it's about 7 yards. Here's the snap. Chachere looking to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Trying to be elusive. Spins off a man at the 35. Throws off balance. Incomplete. And the Bobcats get the 4th down stop. Great job by Montana State getting some pressure in the backfield. They get off the field at about the 33-yard line after the incomplete pass, and it's about to be Montana State football.
I tell you what, Chachere, when he threw it up there like that, I already know Rylan Ort was hawking it down, man. He wants another one of those picks for sure.
All right, we're taking a break. 4:03 to go in the first quarter. The Bobcats weather a storm on that first Vikings drive. Montana State has the ball when we come back at their own 33-yard line, leading 7-0 over Portland State. You're listening to Bobcat Football, presented by Learfield.
Revelry is your neighborhood eatery, here to serve a wholesome and savory palate that celebrates Montana roots with fresh, locally sourced ingredients. We revel in a natural and energetic habitat that livens any day. We serve Bozeman's best pizzas, sandwiches, pastas, and salads in a comfortable environment with 2 amazing patios. We love hosting Bobcats old and new. Check us out at 24 North Tracy or online at revelrymt.com. Go Cats, go!
Bobcat football is finally here, and the Ridge Athletic Clubs are ready for a great season at the Ridge. We offer a beautiful facility with a basketball complex, group exercise studios with over 200 weekly classes, a pool, safe and fun childcare, new functional fitness spaces, large comfortable locker rooms, and the best way in Bozeman to bring your fitness to the next level. Stop by for a tour after a game and see why the Ridge has been Bozeman strong for more than 20 years. Go Bobcats!
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Williams has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
Cats up 7-0 with 4 minutes to go at Portland State. And Dan Davies is down on the field with Daniel Hardy. Dan, take it away.
Daniel Hardy, a Portland native out here. Bye week here for the Chicago Bears. How NFL season going for you this year?
Going, fantastic, man. There's a lot of energy around the building, around the team.